was a day like any other. I must have been on the train and overheard someone's phone playing on the same carriage as me. The saying went, a haircut is a man's makeup. I paused, I reflected, and ultimately came to the conclusion that it's true. While women may change their hair color and other minute details of their hair, men usually can choose to grow a mullet, can choose to buzz their hair, can choose to do a variety of things with it. So we have a lot of options laid out in front of us. Which ones do we know to pick? Is this the one for my head shape? Is this the one for my hair type? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Today I'm going to go over 5 of the best haircuts for winter 2025. So you can throw that haircut away from 2017. That shit don't work no longer. We're in 2025. Get rid of all these old trends. I'm gonna get you right today. So you can get all these ladies, be looking sharp, whether it's for work, whether it's for a date. Don't worry, my boy, got you. At number 5, we have the French crop. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a bad haircut. However, I do feel like he's losing his edge in 2025. I feel like 2 years ago, 2023, you walk into any barbershop and you see every other guy with this short fringe haircut. But here's the truth. The French crop really only works if you've got straight, dense hair and a strong bone structure. Now, if you've got a longer face or softer features, it actually makes your face look shorter and it makes you look younger, but not in a good way. When it works though. Like, it gives you that European street style kind of look, kind of vibe. It's low maintenance as well, and it's basically just a haircut which doesn't scream effort. You can see it's just effortless. It's just clean when it works. It's perfect if you want a masculine look that doesn't scream try hard. Here's a pro tip. Ask your barber for a low skin fade on the sides and to keep the fringe textured, not just to blunt cut it. Then style it with matte clay, never gel or pomade. You want texture, not shine. Now, I'm not gonna lie, personally, I'll give this haircut around a 6 in terms of personal rating. In terms of maintenance, I'll give it a 9 because you don't really have to do much. You just put a bit of clay, matte clay, and then you just do your thing. It's really easy to style, maintain. However, in terms of trend, I do think this one suits older guys a bit better because I'll say younger guys around my age, this is not very popular and it just doesn't look very good on us because our features are not as manly yet. I feel like this haircut looks better with a full-grown beard, mustache, facial hair. But right now, you look too juvenile, and with that haircut, it might make you look a bit unbalanced. So I recommend to stay away from it. At number 4, we have the burst fade. Now, this one blew up because of the barber influences and everyone who was rocking it. It looks clean. It looks cold, I'm not gonna lie. When it's done right, it looks fire. A burst fade adds that semicircular fade around the back of your ear and it's perfect if you want a haircut to stand out. But here's the major issue. It's high maintenance. You need a fresh fade every week at least, or also loses sharpness very fast. Now, this haircut goes with absolutely every hair type, especially with the wavy and curly ones because you got that hair sticking out on top and it just looks very, very clean. So I recommend this one to guys with wavier or curlier hair, although it can still look quite clean for guys with straight hair like me. If you go for this, tell your barber to keep the top natural. No hard lines, just let it flow. And to texture it, use a curling cream or sea salt spray to add that texture to it. It's definitely a statement cut, not for everyone, so that's why it's got its ranking at 4th on this list. By the way, in my opinion, it fits longer faces better. For you short face dudes out there, I don't think this is the one for you, unfortunately. For style, I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. In terms of the trend, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 as well because it's quite trendy, quite popular. And in terms of maintenance, I'm gonna have to give it a 5. But let's move on to number 3, the modern mullet. Now, there's a reason why it's not just called the mullet. The modern mullet is the mullet making a comeback in recent years. As you'll be able to tell, it's not as messy and unclean as the mullet was in the 80s. Nowadays, it's cleaner, more streetwear driven, and it fits the current skate oversized vibe perfectly. It's a confident haircut. You can't hide behind it. You either wear it with attitude or it wears you. The trick to pulling off a mullet in 2025 is balance. Keep the fade or taper clean and add layers at the back so it looks like it flows instead of looking disconnected. Now, here's a pro tip. If you've got wavy or thick hair, here is where it shines. Use a light mousse or volumizing spray. Don't use a heavy wax because it ruins the movement. Once you've applied that mousse or that spray, blow dry it into place and it should come along quite nice. Now, this is one of the only haircuts I'll say that can absolutely change your energy. It can make you stand out in a crowd in a positive way. The good thing about this haircut is that most head shapes allow it. So whether you've got a short face, a long face, a squared face, a round face, you can rock a mullet. You can give it a try, see how you feel with it. Is one I recommend. In terms of the style, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. In terms of the trend, I'll also give it a 9 out of 10. But for maintenance, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because you have to keep it looking kind of fresh. Whereas if you just let it grow, it looks messy and disorganized. That's not what we're aiming for here. Now, before I reveal the top 2 haircuts, I'm going to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It helps out the channel. But let's get straight back into the video. At number 2, we have the buzz cut. The most simple haircut on the planet, but it simply just never goes out of style. No styling it, no bad hair days. You just look more masculine. It's the most low maintenance haircut there is. You don't waste time styling in the morning. You get straight out of the shower, you dry your hair, and then you're done. Nothing else. If you don't want to have to think about your hair and you want a masculine look, then this haircut is absolutely for you. However, don't get it twisted. Face shapes do come into play here. If you've got a long face, then this haircut's probably going to fit you. However, if you've got a shorter face and you're trying to get a buzz cut, then I would recommend you reconsider your choices because a haircut which is going to match your short face might be a longer one or one which covers your forehead. However, for guys with longer faces, ideally you want your hair off your forehead. And I know that's ironic because my face will be considered long by some people and I have my hair on my forehead quite clearly. However, for the vast majority of people, you want to have a buzz cut or a shorter haircut on longer faces. Yeah, a lot of guys underestimate how powerful a buzz cut can be. It's not so much about the hair, it's about the structure. It shows your face, your confidence, your jawline, everything. Here's a pro tip. Get your barber to do your hairline, and if you have a beard, to do your beard sharp. You need these two so that your buzz cut looks the most professional top tier it can instead of looking like a do-it-yourself kind of haircut. And yeah, by the way, bro, if you've got a beard, buzz cut plus beard equals 1% of top masculine males. That's just the ultimate masculine man look. I mean, you're gonna get her clothes off in a minute. Like, pause, but you're just a man, my boy. So for this very well-balanced haircut, I'll give it a style 8 out of 10, a trend of 8 out of 10 as well, but maintenance is a 10 out of 10. However, there has to be a winner. So at number 1, we have the low taper fade. Now, don't click off the video yet. Let me explain myself. It is the best haircut for winter 2025, and it is absolutely still driving trends. This one is dominating right now. It literally suits any guy. It's versatile. It's clean. No matter if you have curls, straight hair, waves, it literally suits every guy. The reason is number 1 is simple. It's simply just timeless. It gives you that fresh but natural look. No heavy contrasts, nothing like that. Just a smooth blended transition, and it's one of the only haircuts that fits every face shape. Round, long, square, it doesn't matter. The fade adapts because the fade is low and subtle. Here's a pro tip. Tell your barber to keep the fade tight around the sideburns and the neckline, but blend it softly. No harsh lineups unless that's something you want. On top, go for a textured cut, a medium fringe, or even a messy side part. Use a light hold product like styling powder or matte clay. You want movement, not stiffness. If you want the clean but masculine haircut, then this is the one. It goes with any kind of outfit, vibe, face shape. It's just that versatile and that massive in 2025. So for the style, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. For the trend, I'll give it a 10 out of 10. Whereas for the maintenance, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 because you do have to get frequent trims sometimes to keep it looking fresh, to keep it looking sharp. So that's my full ranking of these haircuts in 2025, from the outdated French crop to the king, the low taper fade. Nah, just kidding. Every haircut on this list has its place in each person's heart. You just have to match it to your vibe, to your style, to your personality, and make it personal to yourself and make sure it looks good. Don't sabotage yourself. Know your face shape, know what looks good, the right combinations. That's what it's all about. Let me know in the comments down below which haircut you think deserves that #1 spot, and which one you're rocking yourself personally this winter. Additionally, if you enjoyed the video, obviously leave a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know, all of that helps your boy out. And just have a great day. May God be with you and enjoy. Peace.